Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode of Solar Sidekicks. My name is Pat Southwell and I am your co-host here with my other brilliant co-host, Lauren Seconti. Good afternoon, Lauren.
Oh, hey, how are we all?
I'm going great, thanks. I'm really happy to be in the new place.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
For those that don't know, we are recording from Pat's house.
Yay.
House. He's moved in, handed over.
Yep.
It's exciting.
Been in for a few weeks. It's been a busy and exciting period.
It's been a bit on.
Yeah, there's been lots happening. We're going to cover a lot in this episode today. Before we start, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional landowners of where we're recording this today, and that's the Bourandanis people of the Kulin Nation. Pay my respects to all elders, past, present, and emerging. And we have that out of the way, so we want to get into our guest today. Mm-hmm. Anyone on YouTube will probably already know who it is. Or actually, even if you've looked at the episode title, you'd probably know.
Everyone knows this man.
Okay.
The man. The myth. The legend.
You want to do it? You do it. Come on.
No, you pronounce your name wrong.
That's actually a really good build-up. No, I was just gonna leave the surname, but
I won't be able to say it either.
No, probably not. All right. Well, Kosta from Solar Cutters, welcome to Solar Sidekicks.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Lauren. Exciting to be in the new house, the new setup.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good. We're happy to have you here, mate. Happy to have you here.
Been a long time coming.
I know.
Yeah, it has. Been really sort of got pushed back by a few months, but now we're here. We're in, and yeah, look at this. This is great.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah,
it's all happening.
Hopefully, we get the climate control right. Get the fan going. So
otherwise, could be interesting last half the episode.
Yeah, it could be.
We're
Absolutely.
We've got our cutters stickers on.
We do.
As well, we're wrapping the brand. We just found them in the house.
Pretty that, yeah.
Very good.
It's amazing what you dig up.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, really good. All right, Kosta, you've been in the industry for a while, so we want to go through a bit of your journey. I want to go through also a bit about like your philosophy about how you think businesses should be run, how do you think the industry should be, and what you're hoping to gain out of what you're doing at Solar Cutters. I think it's great. All that sort of stuff. So
that's a pretty sort of big way to start the episode.
No, I'm not saying I want to do that. I don't want to go through that now, but I want to get to those. I want to get to these questions later.
Let's ease into that one. Yeah.
Because I feel like I still think I'm pretty new to solar, and I think I've just known your name since day dot, since I entered in.
There's not that many Kostas as well.
No, there's not.
And just stand out with all the consonants. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? There's a few Laurens.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's definitely a few Laurens around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A few queens.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Well, so let's get right back to the start, Kosta. When you started in the industry, you've been around, I don't know, you would have predated most people, I reckon. So what year did you start and why'd you get into it?
Well, I was working at a bank. I got a marketing background.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a Bachelor of Business and majored in marketing at RMIT.
Really?
Yeah, so that was my passion at that stage, like being creative with the communications and that sort of marketing sort of community and industry. Ended up working in a bank after uni, so probably pretty poles apart.
So random.
Yeah, so our family sort of knew the owners of the brand because I was at a Bank of Queensland, so they're all sort of owner managed. So worked there, was working there through uni and ended up staying there full time, sort of in a customer facing sort of role, which I sort of enjoyed. You dealt with the same sort of people coming in, depositing their money, the old sort of grandmas and grandpas with those little...
With the deposit books and the passbooks.
Yeah, the passbook. Yeah, so
passbooks.
You fill out like how much is your balance is.
And you stamp it? Did you stamp it?
Yeah, and you added it up wrong. I used to write bank checks back then. Like right now they're all electronic, but I hand write bank checks and sign things.
Yeah, cool.
Oh my God.
So they did that for a while, and then the owner manager was coming to me and said, you got to do something more, all due respect to people in that part of the business. They either do lending and something with it in a loans capacity, or get another job because I want to see you sort of flourish. So basically sort of pushed me out, but like I was still working there part-time. We were open on the weekends, things like that. And did a fair few sort of job interviews related to marketing, but got an opportunity with Energy Matters and Apollo Energy. So in a wholesale capacity. So obviously it's a different Energy Matter sort of now, but like we're sort of a retailer and a wholesale business. June 2012, jumped into that, and I guess that sort of started the journey, whatever, 13 odd years ago. And
that is insane.
it was pretty interesting. It was pretty a whirlwind. I was crying on the first day pretty much. Like, well, not full on crying, but like a sort of like watery eyes and things like that. So,
what do you got yourself into? Kind of thing.
what the hell have I done? What the hell, a solar panel? Like, who cares about any of this stuff?
I feel that. I cried my first day at 6 star. The first day at 6 star, I cried. So that's all right.
Yeah, it was a big change, but let's open a lot of doors and opportunities, and obviously it's pretty exciting where I am now, and I guess the influence Solar Cut is hopefully having on a lot of people, and it's onwards and upwards, but it started a bit bumpy, to be fair.
So what you were doing, procurement and logistics and that sort of stuff, or were you purchasing? What
With the bank?
No. At when you started Energy Matters, what were you doing?
Oh no, so all wholesale. So with the Apollo Energy part of the business. So,
okay, yep.
Didn't work for the retail arm.
Yep.
We're part of the same ABN, the group.
And you used to do a lot of stuff with that part of the company as well. Like you know all those people anyway that used to.
Yeah, like a lot of them have been in the industry for a long time.
OGs.
And it's like solar is like it's pretty incestuous. People going in and out, like, and some of us who catch up occasionally sort of still speak, but it's a long time ago. Like I know, it's 12 years ago, sort of 13 years ago, sort of started like at 23, and now look at me turning 26. So
tomorrow, 26, everyone. Also, can I just say, just get the young me being young joke out.
I'm not going to.
I'm waiting for you. Oh, that's only half your age.
I think I might have offended you last time. So I'll pull in those young jokes. Keep going with the old man jokes, though.
Yeah, absolutely, I will. I'm like, when's Pat going to say it? You're probably like 6 or something.
Yeah, probably. Actually, you probably no, hang on.
That's
not quite 12. Sorry.
Age is just a number.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Good stuff. Well, so you were there for a little while too. Energy Matters, Apollo. It was Apollo Energy Matters. What was it?
Apollo Energy was part of Energy Matters.
Right.
So the Apollo Energy would purchase all the stock essentially, and they'd all sort of feed to the retail arm of Energy Matters, and we'd wholesale it. So B2B to solar businesses, Sparkies, things like that all over the country. We were probably the top 2 or 3 wholesale at the time. Like far less people in that market or in that sort of segment of the industry. And I still remember, I tell this story a few times, even now, like even at some of the Solar Cutter roadshows we do. We were was wholesaling SMA at the time, and Dougal, who's obviously now at Fronius, he was my boss at the time at Apollo Energy. I was trying to sell an SMA SB 5000 TL20 or something like, and the customer wanted to pay less than our standard wholesale rate, and the margin of that was like 15%. And I realized getting into an argument with him, like, we can't make less than 15%. You're kidding yourself. Like don't get that sort of nasty, but like, and now, like, we're sort of, I don't know if he'll make $15 on an inverter. Like, unfortunately, that wholesale market is pretty, saturated and competitive, and it's challenging. So we've come a long way. Like, we're selling panels like RECs at close to $1 a watt, I think. So that it's come a long way, but the industry's come a long way as well. Like the only batteries that existed were lead acid or some gel stuff we were sort of selling at the time. But it's moved pretty quickly, and then before you know it, you're 12, 13 years down the track, and it's all sort of gone. But all the wholesale side, and I sort of enjoyed that, I guess. So you build these relationships, these repeat purchases and experiences with all these customers, as opposed to, I guess, the B2C side, where it's generally speaking a one-off relationship, even though we're trying to sell.
It can be ongoing, but I understand what you're saying.
So relationships are important.
Yeah, there's a part of the industry, I guess, I liked, and I guess the people, and you get to know people, and that's sort of where you sort of build your foundation in this industry from.
What do you reckon? Like, a lot of wholesaling. So you're sort of saying, you probably went from making 15% to well, that's back in the day sort of thing. What are they getting now? Like, you probably don't want to give away trade secrets. What are we, like 1 or 2% now? That's what I've heard. Is that right? Who knows?
It's hard to say. There's right now in the industry, very common knowledge, you wouldn't think many wholesalers are making money on solar panels. There's still probably a massive surplus out there. Even in China, there's surplus sitting there in factories at the ports. Australia's probably still got an abundance of stock. People need turn things over for cash flow. A lot of them are probably clearing them out at cost or less than cost. Speaking of, obviously, exceptions to the rule, but you're sort of seeing a lot of some of the wholesalers now shifting to sort of push more inverters, push more batteries, push more electrical, or other ways of bringing money in. Like our philosophy at Apollo Energy at the time, like James Walker's obviously running it, would rather sell less and make profit as opposed to selling more just for sort of the recognition. So it was always about profitability for us.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the wholesale is like that sort of now, but I think a lot of companies in the industry, sometimes it seems profitability is not the most paramount.
It's not the end game.
Yeah. And it's thinking, well, don't you want to be a successful business, but profitable, like reward yourself, your family, your employees, things like that? And we've got different reasons. Like some people need to build up a business because they've got a 5-year plan. I want to sell it. I want to get acquired.
Happy to make a loss at the start or whatever.
Yeah. But this industry is really challenging. Like there's so many curveballs it throws at us, like with regulations and place for you previously work. Sometimes the communication hasn't been perfect.
True Value Solar.
Yeah.
Or Clean Energy Council.
But it's always a challenge and people have to adapt, and it's not just retailers in the solar Kosta, like the wholesalers sort of feel it as well. Like everyone sort of really does. But you deal with it, you move, and it's where a lot of people are sort of still standing, but unfortunately, like it does absorb some of them. Yeah, but that's a lot of the industries.
Yeah, I know it is. I feel like we do race to the bottom a lot more than other industries. I feel whether that's because of, I don't know if that's because of wholesalers.
No, but like I guess I guess I can speak on the topic a little bit, but even from a manufacturer's perspective, when you're speaking to a wholesaler, their motivation is volume.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying anyone's explicitly doing this, but the result has happened.
Come on, name names. Come on.
But at the end of the day, like the panel manufacturer or any manufacturer, there should be some responsibility in what they're importing.
Yeah.
So if wholesale X is asking for 5 containers of stock for the next quarter, and that other two are asking for 5 and 5, so you got 15 containers of this stock, and they know their volume is only 5 containers for a quarter. Yes, everyone's growth and volume, but you're just putting these companies in really bad positions. And that's why markets sort of shift, price sort of shift. People dump prices, dump products, and it just drives prices down. So I think the manufacturers have a little bit sort of be accountable for, because from a wholesale perspective, like putting the wholesaler hat on, they're not knowing what their competitors are bringing in. The manufacturer does.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
For the sake of a quick KPI here or a bonus for any manufacturer, I'd like to think they're being a bit more responsible in what they're truly importing after considering, I guess, the market demand, what their market share is. Because that's sort of where it starts to an extent. Like that drives it to some point. Obviously, you've got your fast-moving sort of sales companies that are driving market prices. And all these combinations, I guess, where we're sort of at now, it's pretty challenging. Like you'd probably say not many industries, businesses or solar retailers are really reap the rewards. And
not many. There's a few, but there's not many.
Yeah, that's the thing. So everyone's having challenge. It's
challenging time.
Like it's hard to get out of that. Obviously,
is that happening at the moment? Are people
struggling?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't heard much of that.
No, I just feel like it's I feel like margins are not what they were sort of 4 or 5 years ago, and it's just it's been declining ever since. Maybe people are used to making less margin now. I don't know, but
and look at some like the Sunwiz data, things like that. The market seems to be going okay, but I guess everyone sort of you speak to, like I guess people in sort of that middle band of quality retailers trying to push premium products. I guess where a lot of the solar cutters community is, and obviously you guys, things like that. They're generally not seeing those rewards. So I think there's people potentially at the bottom end of the market making up for that lost volume.
I agree.
In the middle.
That's what I reckon.
So I think there's these TV ad type companies.
Bottom feeders.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
The solar cowboys that are
cricketers
smashing it.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Yeah. But yeah, the guys are sort of in that real middle of the bell curve. That it's they're not reaping those rewards, and but it's been happening, I think, for a while, maybe in sort of even 12 months. Because some of the manufacturers you sort of speak to as well, the premium manufacturers, like said, like we're going really well. So maybe the premium of the market's the high end still okay, but and the middle part of the market where most of us operate, that's where probably the biggest sort of drop off, I think.
Yeah.
Because I would expect the data wouldn't be as positive as it has been. It's great for us as an industry, but obviously want the right stuff getting up on roofs, not stuff that's got to be defected and ripped down, and obviously all these extra safety risks with batteries and things like that. We don't want to take any risks. So, I think that's just the reality that we're sort of seeing.
Yeah. Interesting. What do you reckon? What do you reckon was the main motivation for you starting Solar Cutters? What was it? Like, was it a drunken conversation with someone else going, you know what, we should do something. We should really just rip this up and go, let's show the industry what, the way it should be.
Or we need help, maybe.
Yeah, was it that? Yeah.
It's a bit of both. Like, I think Jack and I had a drink in our hands at the time while we were talking about it. Like, we're at Luminaire Crown upstairs on this balcony.
Yeah.
But like there was a void. Like we both sort of saw it. Like it was hard to find a place where people could reach out to each other to learn together, get support. Tech support is always a challenge. Like finding answers quickly, like you're stuck on site. So there was a necessity at the time, and the CEC at the time, the SEC weren't sort of really totally dominant in that space, providing those, I guess, answers or support mechanisms for the industry. So, we made that Facebook group, and obviously it's grown pretty extensively sort of since then. Manufacturers, retailers, engineers, sales, everyone sort of seems to be using it because it's at that forum where I guess it's a safe space. And even though your competitors there, there's a real willingness for people to help each other, which I don't know was totally there before sort of Solar Cutters established. Like
we're very isolated though as an industry. We never used to talk as much as we did.
Yeah,
I think that's part of it.
But now with more events, more conversations, the social media getting more and more active, people are more willing to help. And I guess from a retailer's perspective, and any of these high-end retail will sort of say the same thing, like they don't want to jeopardize their margin, their profitability, their solution. They're providing it that's at the price that they think is going to be sustainable for them, provide the customer with the support and longevity and all that sort of stuff. You just got to make sure that you're sticking by those sort of values and those principles. And if your competitor's going to win a job over you, that's fine. Like as your competitors promoting the same philosophies, same high quality products, you shouldn't be just trying to get in price wars. Yeah. And that's what we're in a situation, obviously, now where a lot of people are struggling in that sort of respect because, like, the people are cutting. People are trying to grow, they're investing in people, and there's a lot of mouths to feed. And that's the challenge. It sort of just flows on all the other challenges we were sort of saying before. But, I think now, you see it on the Facebook group, you see it like in industry, when people are asking recommendations, you see business owners of high-end retailers around the country recommending other retailers in their same area. Like I work for company X, but company Y also service this area. But consumers need to get more than one quote. Like you got to have a point of reference. You got to see what relationship you can establish with that salesperson. Like trust is the biggest thing. And like obviously my wholesale experience too, but it just so much for a consumer. There's lots of misinformation out there, and how is a layman really going to know the ins and outs of the industry? So I guess the more you can explain and justify that, and I guess years of history and loyal customers, that's what I guess will make the strength of your business, or the backbone of your business. And we just got to make sure the good guys are the ones hanging around for a long time, because
absolutely,
we just don't want more bottom feeders or other people you were mentioning before. Which is not really good for any of us. Probably a lot of service work we might all get, but
that's still not good for the industry.
It's not.
It's not a good look.
And you see all the news reports still, like Solar's still always like the whipping boy. Yeah. Like even when there's so much good news with the battery rebate coming now, like you see, like there's always the horror stories, and like Jane and Bill got screwed by their retailer, and like they were sold a battery upgradable system. Like I've been saying it for years, and like it's frustrated me so much. You see the crap that just marketed, battery ready inverter. Yeah, of course it's a battery ready. Everything's a freaking battery ready inverter. Like, so what's a battery ready inverter? Like, you need a whole nother fiber inverter to make it battery compatible. Like, so like anything's battery compatible. Like it's still so frustrating, and the poor consumer just didn't realize. So
they just don't know any better.
Yeah, and I guess that's the thing. And these forums, I guess we operate in, these conversations we're having, you'd like to think more people having the right conversation with the customers. And I guess leaning on each other for support, especially guys like in regional locations and girls all over the...
guys is a unisex term, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can use guys as a unisex term, I'm pretty sure.
No.
But people like is in regional locations and in like obscure places around the country, that they don't have... events going to them. They don't have
They don't have support.
get-togethers. Manufacturers and wholesalers, they're generally not in these little pockets of Australia. So I guess a forum like this, not obviously everyone's on Facebook, but like it does capture a lot more of them, and they got a place they can ask these questions and get support from someone that's been there, done that. Like the guy doing a couple of systems a month, like he's far less inexperienced than some of these bigger boys doing 40, 50, 60 jobs a month. So the more they can learn, the better. And that's why people come to these places, come to our events, come to the forum, sign up to our membership, or get all these benefits because they want to learn, they want to get better. And that's what will continue to help drive this industry for the positive. So
Cutters is such a really good sense of community and industry. And I mean, I've had a few people message me since the Backstop episodes, and they'll say, yeah, we're on the border or we're isolated up here. And I'm like, wow, and you've come to me from that forum. Like it is really getting into those pockets of Australia where people are isolated. So it's awesome.
Yeah. And look, it's not always perfect. There's sometimes a bit of naming and shaming or some controversial topics that sort of come up. But yeah, we sort of...
Well, on the forum. You mean on the forums?
Also necessary because there are small people out there that are promised the world from customers and retailers. And I mean, if they're putting up a $10,000 system and someone hasn't paid them because they haven't heard about this company.
No, but even from
for each other
in a store's perspective, and like you hate to sort of see it, but like it's sort of hard. Like we're sort of the middleman. Like retailer X is not paying me. I'm owed $10,000, $20,000, and someone else comes in and says, "Oh, I'm owed money by them too." Like we tried calling that person or this person. It just it gets sort of a bit delicate. You want to try to help them, but there's obviously a lot of legal implications sort of doing that. So. There's not obviously just me, like Jack's doing it. There's a few others, and Cliff just set up the group, like it's pretty active. Moderating as best we can. But it's not easy. Generally speaking, the majority of people are pretty respectful and wanting good for each other. But there's some very strongly opinionated people in that group, as you know. Some of them have to be muted from time to time, which is it's a bit empowering and liberating. We don't have to name who they are, but there's been a few that I do enjoy pressing the mute button for a few days.
Not today.
Putting them in Solar Cutters Facebook jail.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So, do you find like it's the community's been sort of growing? Like, is it getting bigger, or how are you going like with your numbers and your reach and your growth? Do you think it's getting better? Like,
well, the Facebook group sort of first, like, now like 4,500 or something. It's up at like sort of we're flying.
That's cool.
Probably 3,500, but like it's a significant number. From the people who are trying to join daily, there's probably like 5+ people a day at least trying to join, and you sort of see rushes if there's a podcast or event or someone's mentioned it sort of somewhere. There's a massive rush of registration, which is great.
We should compare what it is now, and then after this episode comes out,
just make sure you fill out the questions, because I'm a real Nazi about it. Like there's questions you got to tick and answer and agree to the group rules of respect and things like that. Like just please tick those and fill out all those answers. Like if there's some stuff you don't want to answer, just write down why, but just got to make sort of fair for everyone to acknowledge what we're sort of getting into on Mark Zuckerberg's little
yeah. Hey, how many burner accounts do you reckon people use?
One of the persons I muted, I'm not going to say his name, but he's got there's a few burner accounts, and I saw he posted the same thing multiple times to the same user. It was on Crap Solar, like so I'm an admin on as well, and you sort of said, hey, hang on, like,
you worked it out.
That one before.
Like you smart, you never get that past me. So then I blocked all those profiles. Like people try to do it.
Costa goes bang.
It's not just me, but like at the end of the day, like I want people to treat this page respectfully and like try to keep as much sort of sales sort of stuff out of there, and that's a lot of that. I've
been noticed it's been good how you've done that.
It's cleaned up. Like obviously like. Some of the industry events, obviously, we do, and some of the other bodies, like all that stuff's good. Education's good. Like I know in a way they're competitors what Solar Cutters are doing, but it is good. So we want to encourage all that. Solar Cutters can't reach everybody, but if you can attend other events from these other bodies or work with them in any capacity, like we encourage it. Like we just want us all to collectively go on that journey together and get better. So, the sales stuff can get a lot. But sort of try to crack down as much as you can. that's why you got to agree to the rules that says no sort of sales or promoting. So when I block you, you'll know why.
Not today.
But yeah, like it's continuing to grow, which is great, and and there's obviously most people in Australia, but people from overseas, like there's a few people from New Zealand.
Yeah.
I know there's a New Zealand Solar Cutters working together page.
Oh, is it?
It's not that active, but like it exists.
Yeah, right.
And a lot of people from New Zealand trying to come on board the main
Is that
page.
managed by you?
As well, yeah. I think Glenn Morris and Dave Petrie are sort of the brains behind sort of setting that one up. Maybe if there's others, I don't know. But yeah, like that's sort of there. But yeah, some people from overseas coming. Like I'm a product manager at this company. I'm based out of this country. Like I said, that's fine. Like as long as you're here to sort of support and help each other. Like the more sort of the better. Like
learn from us.
Yeah. And like there was a sort of time where we didn't want a lot of these wholesale sort of solar reps and things like how I was on this sort of group, but we sort of turned around that sort of conversation, because at the end of the day, like if you're not sort of just throwing product down people's faces, it's fine. Like you can help them, give them access to some information they need, or they want the clam zones of that product or this product. They need to know something about this battery. Send me the safety data sheet of this battery, whatever the hell it is.
People aren't going in there with prices. Like,
No, the pricing like is simple. But like they can assist, I guess, with literature and information where even a manufacturer can't. Like so. We encourage it. Like if you're willing to help and to learn and to just see what people are doing, like jump on board. It's a great forum. Crap solar stuff's obviously a different story. Like
some of the stuff on there is still all right. Sometimes like there's still some good information, but it's I don't think that's the idea of the page now.
No, there's still lots of like end users sort of coming in there, and that's harder to police. That's God.
Yeah, of course.
That's just 20, 30, 40,000.
Yeah, it was 30. It was 30,000 like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, so Chris Stork's done a great job with that. But like you're getting a lot of end users coming there, like give me a recommendation on this, and decline that. And like,
well, how funny are the ones that say, "Oh, I use this solar company, and now they're not answering my calls. They've stuffed the system up. I'm not connected to the grid, and one of my panels is flying off the roof." And then you see everyone just pile on, going, "You should have read the reviews."
And that's the thing, and that's like, there's other like that. My efficient electric homes.
Yeah,
that's right. Consumer forums where you can search these things. So consumers should have less of an excuse not to do their research. Yeah. You'd hope, and I guess put in the names of any retailer or business, like chuck it on Google, chuck it on Facebook, and just
do research.
Exactly. Like you want to make sure you're getting the right solution. So
in saying that though, coming from the builder perspective, not with us obviously because we're a really good company, but there are other companies out there, and if you are building a home, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice, and that solar company, or even sometimes that builder, may not be there by the time in a couple of years when something goes wrong. So
I know it makes it hard.
It's tricky, yeah.
That's the thing. Pick the right builder. Pick the right, your right solar company. Whatever, you need to do your research.
Which is hard because a lot of them are probably using more bottom feeder companies because it's just about ticking a box for them. Like you got to work with the good ones that actually give a shit and like want to do good. That's my last one.
Yeah, I reckon we've got a couple more in you.
Just want a high quality solar system that'll do the job, but it's going to be connected. Like there's still so much stuff probably you're still seeing on roofs. Yeah, just surprise you. Like, oh, the last panel's not connected, or this or that. Like it's still happening.
It's cool. Yeah, last panel's not connected. I've seen like a whole array not connected. Like they've just like left that out. Disconnection point just wasn't there, and just heaps seeing that sort of stuff all the time. But then that's the bottom feeder inspectors. They exist too.
But I guess all this stuff sort of highlighted, not necessarily to name and shame people. Like, and look, you'd like to think people aren't doing some of the instances, whether it's genuine or not, like a genuine mistake. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like you'd hope it is. But yeah, like it's the way. It was good with the CEC did a few years ago, like, or even longer than that. Like they were limiting the amount of installs you could sort of do, like how many systems you could sign off on, and now obviously with the selfie stuff for the STCs, like all this sort of that go in ways we can try to hopefully limit the crap that go on people's roofs. Yeah. But yeah, there's obviously ways around it. There's certain retailers that are just using roofers that are flying in from overseas, like laying all the panels. Someone's coming in there to connect them all, and like there's it's still happening. Like I know for a fact, like, and it's just. It's an unfair competitive advantage, but like, not to mention, I guess, all the potential safety risks and other legal implications of these people sort of doing it. So, yeah, look, it's not great. There's a lot of good in the industry, but like with all of them, there's always going to be some bad few seeds. Yeah,
you talk about an unfair competitive advantage. Like on the surface, it does look like that, but they're likely to be the company like to have someone fall off a roof and someone get hurt, right? And then that's going to hurt them financially, and then they're not going to be able to service their warranties. So I know it does seem like an unfair advantage, but they'll get theirs.
Yeah.
They'll get theirs in the end.
Everyone gets their day.
Yeah, that's right.
You'd hope so. Like the karma bus sort of come around and get it.
I hate unethical companies. It does my head in. I just get angry.
Yeah.
So
From when there's sales perspective, like irritating.
Everything.
Like the consumer face stuff's like really irritating. Like just like what actual crap they're doing. Like there's spinning and some of these mail outs, some of them are sending out. Like just like you're kidding, really?
people
Like,
don't give a crap.
no shame.
All right, I reckon we'll go to our first break. I think you mixed up one of your analogies before. It was quite funny. You said something like shove something down someone's face. I think you're trying to either. So I think it's you either shove it down their throat or you put it in their face. Shove it in their face. Yeah.
Well,
that's the one.
yesterday I was saying an analogy like one door opens, another one closes. Like I did it the other way around.
Yeah.
Like, just like you know what I mean.
The doors are flying open and open and shutting. Okay.
I knew what you meant. All right, well, we're going to go to our first break. It's been a good start.
Beautiful.
Fiery start from Lauren.
Yeah, it has, absolutely. I think we've got the climate control sorted out, so we shouldn't need to worry about that too much. But yeah, we'll go to our first break and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Hey solar installers, struggling to keep up with CPD requirements? At Southwell Solar Training, we're here to make it simple. Our online courses are designed to give you the knowledge you need without the sales pitch. With an affordable subscription, you'll unlock access to our growing library of technical courses, covering everything from inspecting older systems to spotting installation defects. Learn at your own pace, earn CPD points, and stay ahead in the industry. Join us today and start learning smarter, not harder. Visit www.southwellsolartraining.com.au and get your CPD the easy and affordable way.
And we are back. We had a quick break, couple phone calls, both of us. Just got a tax invoice sent through, which I don't really want to pay.
So no sales?
No sales, no. Emails are off for the afternoon.
Pat was busy during the break.
Yeah, a couple of technical difficulties, unfortunately. That's all right.
That's okay.
We're all good. Yep. No, we're all good. We're all good. We're all happy now.
All happening.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Costa, why don't you tell us a little bit about your Solar Cutters Roadshows that you've been doing? Like, I'd be interested. I know you've got one coming up, so it's probably a good chance to give that a bit of a plug.
Yeah, like we've done 3 for the year. We're doing 14 in 2025, so it's our biggest year yet.
Whoa.
Did 12 the previous 2 years. This year we've already been to Bendigo, Hobart and Penrith, which were pretty good. And then strategically for the next block, like there's a few more tropical locations.
Oh, no. Just maybe wait till the cold winter months for that one, I reckon. That'd be the best time to do it.
Yeah, so the next sort of block of 4, we're in Frankston in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Yeah. Lovely tropical location.
Well, it's on the water.
Yeah.
Like, so it functions by the bay.
Oh, that's a good spot. Yeah, that's nice there.
They renovated apparently. Like,
that's
seen.
good.
I'm excited.
The photos look good. Thursday, May 22nd, 1:30 p.m. kickoff. All the regular sort of stuff we're doing. Got sales, prezos, technical stuff, some CPD.
Yeah.
Dinner, networking, and we have Beat Challenge we work with. They're the games company, so we do all these pub games and trivia and sort of looseness, sort of like to break the ice and lighten the mood and get everyone around each other. So yeah, they're all pretty fun.
I'm excited. It's my first one. I'm going to
cool.
be
You
there.
haven't been to them before.
I've never been there
know,
before, so
yeah.
I'm very excited.
But after that, so like that's May 22nd, then we're jumping off to Cairns. So strategically end of May, it's getting freaking cold, like in the morning.
Wet season just finished up there as well, which is good.
Yeah, so anyway, so Frankston, Cairns, and we're in Newcastle and Byron Bay finishing off for the last, for that block.
I was just thinking, I think I have to leave the Frankston one early, so maybe I'll good excuse to book the Byron one, Cairns one.
Sounds like it's a business expense, yeah.
Book me.
Yeah, but I know they're all really good fun. Like everyone that's going to these events are thoroughly obviously enjoying themselves. Obviously, we appreciate there's people get busy, people get dragged off on site, like issues at home or whatever it is. They can't make it to these events, but like we'll keep churning them out. We're trying to get a bit more sort of regional this year, or a bit more, not that Frankston's regional, but like away from the metro hubs.
Yeah, no, that's good. Well, and then a lot of the solar installers will not necessarily live near CBDs.
Yeah, and
So-
no one really likes going to CBD, generally speaking,
Yeah.
all over the country. Like, it's hard to park, like there's traffic. And so, yeah, that we've made sort of concerted effort to do that. We sort of planned the events relatively well to space them out with, I guess, other industry roadshows from, like SEA and SEC and things like that. So if they were going one place this part of the year, we're going to go the second half and vice versa. So it just was saying earlier, like we're encouraging people to get to many of these things as they can.
Yeah.
But even it's just like the networking and the opportunities and the contacts you can sort of make. These are your people. These are the ones that care. These are the ones that want to learn, they want to improve, they want to grow, they want to succeed for the long term. So don't make any excuses. And if they're in your neighbourhood, pop in. I've made it. We've made, Lauren in the office has made a promo code for, I guess, everyone listening to the pod.
Ooh, look out.
You can get your free tickets. The coupon code is Solar Sidekicks Family.
Ooh.
Okay.
Look at
so
that.
yeah, you can save a bit of cash as well.
Nice.
So glad that last F word was family.
Family, yeah. We're all a family. Like the Solar Cutters community is a family. Like the industry is a big extended family. Like a lot of us who are much older than you, Lauren, have been around for a little while.
Oh, come off it.
But yeah, like we've got a lot of experiences and companies we've sort of been in and out. But yeah, so if you want to come to Frankston Thursday, May 22nd from 1:30, Solar Sidekicks Family is a coupon code to get a free ticket. So no excuses. We're not back to Melbourne, Victoria. We're in Geelong, but like obviously the other side of town later in the year. So please pop on in. It'll be good to sort of to see you. The more the merrier. Looking forward to it.
Oh, it should be great.
Yeah,
Looking
it's
forward to
gonna
it
be
as
good,
well.
Arvo.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Must say kudos to you guys as well for doing it on a Thursday. Like I know a lot of other industry organisations will do things on Saturdays. Actually, I'm talking about one in particular, which I'm a little bit annoyed at. And I may as well just jump on my soapbox here and say there's the LEI forum that Nika have organised, and they're doing it on a Saturday.
Okay.
And they've done it on a Saturday the last few years. Yeah,
An annual thing.
I think it's an annual thing,
Yeah.
and it's a similar thing. They get like ESV, they get Solar Vic. I think it's reasonably focused on solar, like they do other stuff with switchboards and things. But
Is it mandatory to go?
No, it's not mandatory.
Oh, okay.
It's not mandatory. I wasn't able to go last year. I'm not going this year, although I was trying to work it out, and now it's sold out. So yeah, but it's just annoying that they're like, they talk about all these things like promoting mental health and promoting time with family and all these sort of things, and then they go and do a professional development day on a Saturday.
Costa, come over here. He's angry.
Yeah. Well, why would you do a professional development day on a Saturday, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's just
How long's a day?
it's a whole day.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
full day. I'm pretty sure it's 8 till 4.
That's
I'm pretty sure.
It's a big day.
It's a big day, and it's in Ballarat, which is no problem. No problem in Ballarat. It's
The rat.
yeah, but it's like they talk about all these things, and I've spoken to them about it, saying why don't you do it during the week? And they're like, oh, because the guys all work during the week, and they're they want to do it on a Saturday, or else they're missing out on work. I'm like, this is work. Yeah. This is work. This is professional development. This is just as important. This is just as important as. Yeah. Anyway, probably no other LEIs really listening to this, but I'm actually pretty annoyed at it. They don't do
Tell
something.
them.
Yeah,
Let it out.
I've told them. I haven't told them this year. But they've done it again. They've gone, yes, Pat, we take your feedback on board. Well done.
Fucks.
Those solar fucks.
Yeah, you're right, and like it's just.
But it's come on. Like, annoying. Really annoying.
Inspections are pretty cruisy, aren't they, anyway? They don't take that long. So.
Yeah, true.
What do you mean they're all working? Just block it out. 1 in the morning, 1 in the arvo.
Yeah, exactly.
Professional development from 8 till 4. Easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
exactly.
next year they'll get it right.
Yeah, well, I don't think they will, because they don't seem to really be listening to that.
Provide
I mean, I'm only.
feedback? You provide the feedback to them? Yeah.
I have provided feedback on it, most definitely.
Have you done it 7 times? I think it takes
No, I think it's
7 times to
I think it's-
actually register something.
Okay.
How many touch points you need for a sale? Like, isn't it like 5 to 10 or something like that? Some people say. So you got
Not
to
with this
keep
beautiful
knocking down
face.
that, knocking
Easy.
down.
Yeah.
Well, we're not all blessed with that, Lauren. So
Yeah. Well, anyway, I just think, if we're going to move this industry forward and actually want to get better at the things we need to get better at, then you've got to do these things in work time. It's a work. It's something.
Yeah.
It's something for work. Like,
yeah. It's not shits and giggles. Like you're
Yeah.
going there to learn to get better.
That's
like,
right.
To find
It's
out
learning.
about things. So what pressures and stresses and
That's right.
challenges your competitors are feeling, the industry's feeling. Where else are you going to find that? Obviously, a lot
Yeah.
can happen throughout the forums and stuff on Facebook. But
yeah.
face to face, you can't beat that.
No,
Like,
that's
and
right. It's great. It's great face to face.
And
No
everyone's
doubt.
bitches and moans like I don't have access to the manufacturers and things like that. they're there, they're here for you, they're here to talk to you. So go there, establish a relationship, maybe you'll get the extra
Yay.
support. Like,
I'm excited. I'm actually so freaking excited. I'm really excited. First one.
Yeah.
And Franger.
Yeah.
Franger.
you.
Love
Yeah.
You
Franger.
guys are good to me at Cutters. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it was mixing it
Living it
up.
up.
Like last year we did it in Cheltenham, or just near Southland.
No, it was Hyatt, I think, wasn't it?
High, whatever
Was
the
it-
suburb was, but yeah, like
yeah.
just before Southland and stuff.
Yeah.
So just sort of that side of, I guess, Melbourne. Yeah, I was looking for sort of further out, like Mornington Peninsula and stuff, something fancy. But yeah,
Yep.
then it gets a little bit too far for the guys, a bit more sort of inner city. So
Yep.
yeah, it's no sort of perfect. Like I guess the people in Victoria generally are more willing to travel.
You can't please everyone. though. It's a
We
habit.
do have problems, and a lot of people have problems with solar people, I guess, industry in Sydney and New South Wales, like really hard. And I get it, like traffic and long distances and things like that. If people are in North Sydney, they're going to go all the way to Penrith where we were, or Parramatta where we were sort of last year. So it can get hard sort of to find the right place. But again, like sort of saying before, like try to make yourself available. Like it's only for your good. Like obviously like these things are really fun and enjoyable, but you can get a lot of benefit for you professionally and personally. Like, and I guess these games, we do this team building stuff. We sort of broken up into groups of people you don't know, you don't work with.
I love that.
but
School camp.
yeah. There's no bottles going in and you're spinning them or anything like that. But like
I'm not coming.
It helps. It helps you connect, and I guess like it forces these relationships on you, because like it's hard. Like it's a group of guys and girls.
Thank you.
They don't know each other. That's why it's hard to make that sort of first move. I know it's like I thought we're dating or something, but yeah, it is, and like sort of forces you, and like it's really encouraged, and like the atmosphere is like really positive, and everyone that goes like really enjoys themselves. So like highly encouraged to pop on to Frankston if you guys can.
We'll chuck down the link as well when we
Yeah, we
release
definitely
this,
will.
which is exciting. It's so nice to see it come out of the group as well. I mean, we're also, let's be honest, technology is the best these days. We're all so connected through it. We can get any answer within a second, but it is nice to see it come out and do events like this, and same thing, bring people together.
Face to face is always the best way to go, but like you gotta be realistic. Like we whatever 12 events last year, we're having whatever 600-700 people across the 12 events. But like there's 10,000 solar installers across the country, and God knows how many tens of thousands solar professional salespeople, engineers. So there's only so much we all can sort of do as industry bodies and community sort of groups. So we'll keep putting these things out, and hopefully more people keep coming, and people keep coming. Sort of you'll speak, I guess, volumes with your attendance, and like we'll keep coming back. There's no reason we can't do more. Like hopefully Lauren will work with me is not listening to that, because like, it can be a lot. We travel. There's obviously perks and stuff. Like we do like the
like what? What? Go to Cairns. That's it.
Yeah,
it's pretty
like,
hard going, man.
It's
Do it
difficult.
on the road. It is. It's hard going. It's living in a suitcase.
And we're next to each other, and like we have sort of domestics a lot of the time. Like it can get hard, but like the lounge is fun. Like especially the Melbourne lounge. Like we're freaking flyers, obviously. So like we get down in a bit. Like we have our nice pancakes and scrambled eggs, and now they've got like
stop
brekkie
it.
wraps and stuff at the Qantas Business Lounge. So
Yum.
there's perks, but it can get challenging. Yeah, traveling a lot is not easy.
Yeah, it's tough going.
But yeah, like we're committed to doing it. Like I love doing it. We love doing it. It wasn't getting out there and seeing all these people and like hearing their issues and problems, and how I guess Solar Cutters as a group can help. And I guess we're going one part of the way doing that for these sort of events and informational sessions. So
doing
it's
God's
good
work.
fun. But yeah, definitely see if you come to Byron Bay. Cairns is nice. Cairns will be really nice. I think the Cairns place got a swim up pool bar.
Okay, perfect.
And Qantas only flies once a day, so we have to fly a day earlier. So if any,
Extra
Sounds
day.
horrible.
it sounds horrible, yeah. But yeah, no, it's all really good, and like it's this is our third year of doing these training roadshows and things like that. But the sky's the limit. Like we'll keep going to places if there's demand for it. So yeah, let us know. Like let us know on the group. Sign up for a membership. Send the messages through. Like my contact email and details on the website. Things like that. Like I'm always happy to chat. Like we want to all get better, and if Solar Cutters, I guess, are in a position to help influence you and help you, like we'll do it. Just
Why not?
let us know what we can sort of support with, and I guess that's sort of on the roots where sort of we found it. We wanted to provide that support network for people, like to get these answers. So give it a crack.
So good. And shout out to Loz. Sounds like she's doing the hard work.
She is doing the hard work. Yeah, she does. She's doing this now for 2 years full time, nearly sort of 3 years, I think, full time. So
Nice.
she's getting absorbed, and she's become a solar chick now, I guess.
Yeah.
which she may or may not love all the time, but like, she's built some fantastic relationships. Like I sort of said it earlier, like solar keeps you in because there's so many good people here, and like and even look, God forbid, like I'm not in this industry, like I think we'll sort of be here for a while, but like, even if you're out of this industry, there's other people sort of leave, you still keep those connections. I guess that's sort of the strongest thing. And and I don't know what you're leading to, but a lot of these solar trips that happened in the past, like in the wholesale space, there's been a lot of them. There's been tours overseas to Europe, to America, to China, to factory tours, the occasional junket, retreat we've sort of done. But and these are things you form great friendships with people, and even if it's not for professional benefit, like you can get some really good sort of personal personal relationships sort of built off the back of that. So it's great. And it's people. I guess people are what I'm passionate about, and Solar Cutters is sort of help promoting. Like it's bringing people together and good people together. So keep jumping on board, and like we'll keep doing it.
Yay, I love it.
I agree.
I love this industry. It is the best.
It is good.
So how long have you been in the industry for again? Like it's
4 years.
Yeah, 4. Okay.
Go on, say it.
You're a baby.
You've outdone a lot of people already, though, Lauren. Some people just don't last. They don't last. There's a lot of people that are only less than 12 months and don't last. Yeah.
I ain't leaving. I love this place.
No, I agree.
Pat's house.
Yes.
You see in a guest bedroom with the ensuite? Like,
Come on.
Stop it.
Calm down.
And a jacuzzi. That's going
Did you bring the cutters bikinis? Or?
They're on order. Yeah.
I was going to say, Kosta, you're right. It is good to like form these relationships and really get to know people, and helps us do business better. It helps us be better people as well. Like I didn't really know you that well until, probably the last 12 months or so. You probably just thought I was some smart ass who worked at the CEC.
Just flogging the CEC,
saying
some nothing
flog.
on Facebook.
Didn't you guys have a pretty wild night out as well?
That was a few weeks ago. Yeah, that was good fun in Brisbane.
Was good.
Yeah, with like a good old friend like with Luke Beattie, and like we went the bloody scooters, and like we it gives you the map or whatever after it, and like we're just going round in circles, like we could not find anywhere to go, and then me and Luke ran into each other. Like I was sore, like I had a scar, like him as well. We caught up at Smart Energy, which was like 2 weeks after it. I'm like, fuck, you still sore? Yeah, I'm still sore. Yeah. And Pat's like gliding through because it was raining that day too, so a bit sort of slippery.
Oh my goodness.
But you have great experience at these events, these conferences. Like it just, you want to get to know people sort of better. You'll do better business together. And who knows, I guess, what doors might open, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's always good. I sort of think, like, that's why I said it sort of earlier, like, I'm always happy to have a conversation. You don't know what good can come of it. Like, so, spread your wings and, like, have the conversation and, like, don't be shy to ask. People will help. Like, that's why they're part of onboard this community. They want to help you.
Absolutely.
So, don't be shy to ask.
It's good to see it coming from the top down as well. Very genuine.
Yeah, no, it is.
Absolutely.
Like,
most definitely.
Yeah, I don't have all the answers, but like if I can sort of help get them and facilitate better outcomes for people, that's what it'll do.
Just connect. I always say yes to everything, and every time someone asks me a question, I'm like, I know the answer to that, and I'll just ring 5 different people and then get the answer.
You can usually get it.
And you can usually get it. You can actually do anything with the relationships.
And that's the thing, you've got these relationships
people.
established, like this guy will help me with that guy will personal help me with that. Like,
absolutely.
You're a walking encyclopedia.
Hey, that ban you were talking about, not ban, me not saying anything on Facebook for a while. That was actually a ban from the CEC.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I actually got told not to engage anymore on cutters. I got told, and I ended up removing myself from the group because it
wasn't
became,
giving much, but
no, I used to. I did at the start.
Who are you? You have this whole other life that I just don't know about.
Yeah, well, no, we actually got told not to engage anymore because they were worried about the image of the CEC, or maybe potentially it could have been a workplace health and safety risk for me being on there, and then people saying stuff. So it was a bit going on in the background.
You're a bad boy.
How the CEC going these days? Keep in touch with anybody or like?
Not really. No. Well, but the thing is, the CEC now they're not doing anything in small scale anymore. All they're doing is the product list. Right. Yeah. They've got a bit to do with the NetCC, so they help with the administration of that program.
That was their program.
Yeah, so that's the old approved solar reader. Yeah. So now they're still
blue tick.
That's it. Far as I know, they're still administering that NetCC, but accreditation's been gone now for over 12 months. So
it's pretty much been 12 months. Like the time flies.
That just reminded me of my light bulb moment. I remember my favourite case that I had a complaint lodged against me because of backstop with the NETC.
NetCC.
NetCC. Closed.
Oh,
Case
really?
closed.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did. Good stuff.
Case closed, and I'm in the clear. It
All
was
right.
totally
Didn't
not
get
my
charged?
fault.
No,
No,
you're
not my
right.
fault or
Oh, yeah.
Six Star. It was a huge backstop debacle. Yes, case
You must be the only one.
closed. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm giving them a job.
Oh, that's cool. That's good,
That was
Lauren.
funny.
Really good news. All right. Well, I reckon what we'll do now. Let's we're going to usually we boot the guest out and do the last session with just myself and Lauren, and we're going to not do that today. We're going to keep Kosta on with us and talk about a bit more industry stuff and a bit of a wrap up of the episode. So let's do a little bit of a wrap up for you now, Kosta, just on your journey and just a bit about solar cutters. And then once we come back from the break, we'll talk about a bit that's been happening in the industry. So yeah, what are your sort of last thoughts on solar cutters and where you think you're going and all those sort of things?
And what's next?
Yeah, what's next?
I love that one.
There's always something that's happening. But look, like my passions for the industry, my passions for the people, we want to support people improving, getting better, learning, evolving, like innovating. But a lot of sort of stuff that you've been really sort of strong on for sort of years, like the safety aspect is going to get more and more sort of prevalent, like with all these new technologies and batteries. But yeah, we want to facilitate this conversation. We want to grow these support networks. We want to bring people sort of face to face so they can understand how they can succeed. Like it's not easy. We were saying at the start, like people are struggling. Like a lot of businesses aren't making as much money as they probably want to or need to. So how can you do that? How can you adapt? Like do you diversify? Do you sort of focus on this? Do you expand? Do you not? Like whatever you do. But these are conversations you can have as part of our community. So yeah, the Solar Cutters Roadshows we do, they're a great place for this. You get access to other installers, manufacturers and salespeople in all parts of the industry. So we encourage as many of you to go. So May 22nd, Thursday, Frankston, jump on board. Don't forget about that. But yeah, all over the country. We're going to sort of every sort of state and territory this year except the NT, not this year, but in the last couple of years. So yeah, we're giving access to people to have these conversations. So we encourage that. And yeah, I just want to see this industry succeed. I want to see the good people succeed. There's been a lot of good people that have suffered from and no longer part of it or as prevalent, like through challenges with compliance or administration or whatever sort of it is, or competitive sort of factors. So there's more and more potentially cowboys coming into the industry. The battery rate will definitely attract more. So I guess if we can as a collective adopt these key principles, we can get better, we can try to find ways to succeed for the long term. Like we don't want to give the customer a horrible solar solution, a bad journey, a bad experience. Like we don't want them 2 years' time to call us and say, help me with my Wi-Fi, whatever it is, and no one's answering the phone. Like we want to make sure this industry is built on the backbone of really high quality solutions of retailers and individuals that have been established and around for years. So that's sort of the focus, and we'll keep facilitating that. So I guess the best way you can support solar cutters in going on that journey is, sign up to our membership, jump onto our website, solarcutters.com. We've got so many great perks. We've got educational benefits from companies like Southwell Solar Training, things like that. A few RTOs offering discounts. There's so many access to other content off our website. So jump on board, attend our road shows, meet some people, build these connections, and we will succeed together. We're in a great place. There's great opportunities for solar in this industry and renewables. So align yourself with good people and good companies, and we'll see the reward at the end of the day.
Good stuff. That's
Love
a pretty good pitch you got going on there.
I love
that's,
it.
No, that's
Sign
cool.
me up.
Yeah, I had more, but I'm just burning from the sun behind me. So. But no, and just to sort of quickly sort of add to that, that's what I'm really sort of passionate about, and like it's the people, and like you want to see good people sort of succeed, and I think we can sort of do that. Like I'm an electrician, like I've got a sales background, but like obviously the relationship part of this business or the industry where I was sort of pretty strong in, and I've kept a lot of these connections throughout the years and years. But yeah, that's I guess where the focus is, and we can do it. Like I know it can sort of get hard and difficult, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. We just got to make sure we jump on board and listen to the right people, really, and hopefully through Solar Cutters and our network and the community, our events, and you're getting the right message, and I know you are. So
Yay.
Good stuff.
So positive. I love that.
It is. It's a positive message because I feel like we're in a positive industry, and yeah, you guys are at the forefront of that.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we wanted to be involved with Solar Cutters. Yeah, it's a great organisation. It's really helped me with a lot of relationships as well. You know, me being on the dark side with the CEC, you know, I've got, you know, sort of being involved a little bit more with Solar Cutters. It's been really helped with a lot of relationships. I feel like I've been able to facilitate a lot of help with people as well through Solar Cutters, which has been great. One thing I'll say, if you can, at the Cutters Awards night, can you just turn the music down a little?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
It's a real touchy topic.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you.
I want to do. We don't have like crowd control sort of stuff last year, but they were sort of insisting like we've got extra speakers down the back, and it was definitely a bit better, but it's still really hard when you got 700 people. In the room. A lot of them haven't seen each other for a long time.
I know.
They're probably a few drinks deep, like, and they want to catch up. Like it's hard. So.
No, I actually don't mind. I don't mind you having. When you're doing the awards, that should be really loud. Everyone should pay attention, and right. But it's the music. The music.
Oh, you're saying.
Oh man, the music. You walk in and you're like,
That's on one today. He's on one.
Oh yeah, it's just like you just walk in and it's just like.
So we'll ease into the harder stuff for the end of the night.
Maybe that's a good way to do
it.
it.
Awards night on a Saturday between 8 and 4.
Yeah, maybe start the night with a bit of Celine Dion or something first, and then.
Well, do you know that violinist? Evangeline,
yeah.
The Victory and stuff.
She's amazing.
I looked into book her last year. I really wanted to do it, like, because it's amazing. Yeah,
she's so good.
Yeah,
she's so good.
It's even more like lighter and like sort of smooth. So maybe that'll please Pat. Like
doesn't she do like weddings and stuff?
Yeah, like functions.
I think I've seen that.
But yeah, she still goes.
What is this awards
Melbourne
night?
Victory. You know Melbourne Victory Soccer.
Yeah, so she's done a few like performances, like playing like the theme song and some of the anthems, like on a violin.
Right.
She plays like Seven Nation Army all the time. Yeah, she's so look her up. She's amazing.
She's done like big international tournaments of like soccer and stuff as well. Like I think I think Carlton Football Club maybe. Like she's done a lot. Like it's amazing, and like it sounds great, and get the crowd involved.
When are you gonna get her for the awards night?
We were last year, like probably like last 12 months has passed, and the fees might have.
Oh, come on, get her on! Come on, get her.
When is the awards night usually?
It's a week later this year, so last week of October.
It's after the Awise event. It's the same day. It's the same day, the day before All Energy starts.
Got ya.
Yeah, so on the Tuesday of All
Big
Energy,
couple
so
of days.
Wednesday, Thursday All Energy. I still think All Energy needs to be 3 days, but
Oh,
I'm apparently
mate, 3, maybe 4.
and definitely on Saturday. I'm apparently the only one that's suggesting that because like there's just too much going on. There's 400.
You're not the only one, mate. I've been banging on about that for ages.
There's 400 exhibitors.
Yeah,
there's all the CPD training and the speakers and stuff like this. You haven't got enough time.
You can't get around.
Like it's really hard. There's so much good.
That.
Yeah.
Let's do something about that.
Who do we get on a soapbox about now? What Reed exhibition?
No, it's not Reed.
They're the ones doing All Energy, aren't they?
They're basically doing the heavy lifting and the CC's getting their branding on it. But I think it's...
Well, whoever the hell does All Energy, 3 days, please. 3 days.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You happy with that, Lauren? Or you
Perfect.
like being run off your feet for 2 days? And
I love it. It's me every day. So.
Yeah, but you can't get around to see everyone. I'm like
There's
a headless
too much
chook.
going on. Yeah, it's hard. And we've done the skin cancer checks last 2 years there as well. Like we'll try to do it again this year. But yeah, it just takes some time. You see someone, you bump in there 10 minutes down the track, and like, oh fuck, like, and then someone else, and it's hard. Like but there's so many people there. So yeah, it's a great week. There's so much going on, and like it's like our Logies week, whatever you sort of used to joke. But yeah, it's the biggest week of the year, and the Cutters Night sort of starts off really well, like just following obviously the Wise stuff that happens on that afternoon, and yeah, everyone sort of strapped themselves in for a big few days.
Sorry, that was me.
That's all right. All right, cool. No, that's great. Well, let's go to our next break. Thanks for all that, Kosta. I'm sort of saying goodbye, but I'm not. So we're sort of saying...
Awesome,
Am I going to say...
Yeah, love... no, you're staying. Yeah, okay. You're going to stay.
We're saying goodbye to the Cutters talk. It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll still get a run. But yeah, actually, I was going to say I'm going to come off the long run in the next episode, but I've sort of already done that at Nika, haven't I? Telling them to...
Who else we got?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll think of something else. I'll have a bit of a crack at someone. But anyway, we'll see how we go.
Oh boy, I feel like I'm in the firing line actually.
All right, let's go to our final break, and we'll come back with some industry news, and we'll be right back.
Hey solar installers, struggling to keep up with CPD requirements? At Southwell Solar Training, we're here to make it simple. Our online courses are designed to give you the knowledge you need without the sales pitch. With an affordable subscription, you'll unlock access to our growing library of technical courses, covering everything from inspecting older systems to spotting installation defects. Learn at your own pace, earn CPD points, and stay ahead in the industry. Join us today and start learning smarter, not harder. Visit www.southwellsolartraining.com.au and get your CPD the easy and affordable way.
We are back for our final wrap up. We had a little bit of a break again. Talked a little bit of, not going to say that.
Talk a bit of shop.
Thank you.
Not for the pod.
No, absolutely
No,
not.
this is good. The conversations we sometimes have between the ad breaks are quite funny.
Got some new ideas about the pod though, which is good. Thank
Yeah,
you, Kosta.
yeah, absolutely. Imagine if one day like we accidentally put that to air. Imagine that.
Don't.
Upload wrong audio files.
God, I need to take this top off and don't.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get into a bit of stuff that's been going on. So probably the main thing to talk about would be federal election was on Saturday, and we had a landslide win to the ALP. Elbows back in government, and yeah, I don't know how many seats they've got, 85 or 90 or something like that. I don't want to get too political, but that's a huge win to the Labor Party. And for our industry, you know what that means? Ding, 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 ding. Battery rebates.
Batteries left, right, and centre. You get a battery. You get a
Yeah,
battery.
basically. What do you reckon this is going to mean for us? Like, there's already people selling systems with the battery rebate on there.
It is so scary. It's really scary. I'm not going to lie. We have had a few quotes and a few people ring up Monday morning.
Yep.
Phones went off tap a little bit, but I think only now we're starting to see a bit of communication about what is happening and how to do it. But I'm not going to lie. I'm probably a little bit hesitant.
Yeah, well,
We're going to have some eyes on us.
yeah. Oh, no doubt about it. Like, this is the thing. You throw that much money at an industry or at a program. Geez, the compliance on it, it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive.
But we don't really know anything at the moment.
No,
That's
we
the
don't.
thing.
There's been a lot of comms and a lot of
well,
upgrades.
The minister will be confirmed over the weekend, and like the policy, I guess, we written and defined. But like people are selling them now. Like
They
they're
are.
still
Yeah,
selling
absolutely.
it, taking all the risk themselves. So it is a little concerning. But
But how to do it? I feel like people were selling it when it got announced.
Oh, yeah. I feel like there's people selling it before it got announced. Like, because it was pretty obvious it was going to happen. Yeah, but even before the election, like, yeah. So what do we know at the moment? So we know it starts on the 1st of July, we think. Yep. And as far as I've heard, you can install before that but not switch it on until the 1st of July.
That's correct.
And then you claim the rebate on the 1st of July, is my understanding. So that's interesting.
And I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, could be something like 9.4 STCs or 9 something per kilowatt or something. Or,
I've heard 370 per kilowatt hour. Does that sound right?
Hold on, I reckon I got it written down on my phone.
Something like that, $370.
But even with that not commissioned after July 1st sort of thing, like so, or not feed, like can it operate in off-grid mode before then?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't think
but I think of all these questions, like no one really knows yet, so everyone's just
Well,
eagerly awaiting.
So it's up to 100 kilowatts worth of batteries.
yeah,
but
that's
you can only
right.
claim on the first 50
Yep.
and approximately 9 STCs per kilowatt.
Hang on, how much is an STC? That's 38 bucks.
$38.
So
35
anywhere
bucks, yeah.
between 33, 38.
So 9, yeah. So it's
33.
yeah,
Some people out there doing it 33.
yeah. Okay, so I'm about in the ballpark, 370 bucks per kilowatt hour.
That
yeah.
on top of the Solar Victoria battery loan.
Yeah, Solar Victoria as well. Yep,
That
and
on
then
top of if you get panels installed.
yeah, that's right. Well, so this interesting question, right? You got a Tesla Powerwall 3, right? That's the all-in-one BESS with the solar inverter. So can they even use their solar until July 1? Or do they just turn their battery off and say, well, we're not using the battery? So interesting. I don't know. These are questions. These are questions that we don't know about.
This is why I'm so gun shy. It
Yeah.
is, and how are people doing it? Are they making the customer pay in full and maybe
Good
get
question.
a rebate back? Are they taking it off and then claiming it?
Good question. There's
I
a bit of
mean,
risk there.
It is so much risk, and coming from, again, builder point of view, we have got so many STCs out there sitting on
sitting
roofs
there.
that we cannot claim yet, and adding this on top of that
Yeah, that's
for our whole retail market and our whole database, it is terrifying.
But it's all going through the same STC traders, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, so our platform, Bridge Select, that's been updated.
Yep.
We got some nice communication come through on what's changing, how to do it, how to navigate it. All looks
I
pretty
saw
easy.
some pretty good communication from Form Bay this week.
Yes, theirs was
Yeah,
really good.
that was really good. And they also mentioned, I think, something about they had a very strong disclaimer about the New South Wales rebate because
Yes.
they said something about because apparently you're not allowed to claim that rebate, the New South Wales battery rebate, in conjunction with any other government offer or
reckon people
other
are claiming
government
it, though?
incentive. Well, that's the thing. But
That's a whole other podcast.
well, yeah. Well, I think what they were saying though is they need to hear from government as to whether they're changing that or not, because it sounds like it might change. But yeah, that's another thing. So it was really good to hear that from Form Bay, putting that out there.
I mean, I do like how you can start doing it now.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully it might flatten that spike in, all the products and trying to get your hands on stock, but it's still a lot of money sitting there.
Well, what's going to happen to the national grid on July 1st? All of a sudden, all these batteries are just going to come online.
It's going to go hard.
Yeah, or people are just going to turn it on and say they turned it on before, or they hadn't turned it on. So that's another thing. Who knows if that's going to happen or not? But if you've paid, I don't know, 15, 20 grand for a battery, and then to have it sit there for a couple of months, that's,
But are many people like delaying their battery installs now, like about to go in? Said like, no,
It's a good point.
I want to wait. Like
I've heard people have.
Yeah.
some retailers like they're going to charge a second call out and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's
like
right.
they kind of absorb that. So like it's just then you're gonna have to wait. Then like is it stocks tied up, cash flow gets sort of extended.
It's a bit sticky for us as well. We have we obviously work with builders, and we work with the Solar Victoria program as well, and we have sold batteries to our customers. They're lodged in the Solar Victoria portal, signed PO, everything's ready to go. And a few of them did come back to us and say, "Oh, what can I do now? My price is going to change because of this battery rebate," and it's just opening up that whole can of worms as well.
Interesting. That's a good one.
So that's been quite difficult.
What are they doing about? Have you heard what they're doing about that?
No.
That's interesting. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so I actually I've been in contact with Solar Vic about it. 'Cause I'm like, it's obviously homes under construction, they don't get that battery loan.
Yep.
But now, I mean, really, their 12.5 kilowatt battery system that we've sold them should come down. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I suppose at the time they've purchased it. It's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, you can, when you lodge, when you claim Solar Victoria, you can change it. It'll say, have the products changed or anything like that. So you can change the price. However, it's still, from an admin side, it's still quite difficult, especially when you don't actually know what's going on.
Solar companies love admin.
Right?
Yeah.
I do them on a Saturday.
Is that at me? Thank God. I'm like,
No, not at you.
Between 9 and 4.
Before,
Yeah. I'm just waiting for that call from Nika. Hi, everyone at Nika. Yeah, I'm just ready to tear me down. Give me justification why they do an event on a Saturday. Anyway.
So we'll get answers this week, maybe, like in the coming week. It must be coming pretty soon.
It's going to have to be. It's going to have to be. If you're expecting a huge multi-billion-dollar program to pretty much start in, what do we got, in 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is, I'm going to need some detail on it. I can guarantee you, though, there'll be something in there that we haven't thought of.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a curveball that we're going to be like, oh,
Things don't generally run
whoopsies.
smoothly with these things. There'll be something.
No,
I wonder how the prices are going to go. It's going to be a big demand.
Yeah, good question.
The
Like
battery
$0
prices,
systems and stuff.
I mean, the price of batteries was just coming down. I feel like it's now becoming
And
a
the
lot more
currency's got a
affordable.
little bit better, I think, of late as well. So hopefully people are getting those benefits.
What do you reckon? You reckon $0 batteries? You reckon we're surely not? We can't. Can we? We can't.
We've seen a lot. Pat.
We've seen we've seen it with
History may
solar.
repeat itself.
We've seen it with solar.
Some of these other products coming from overseas markets that are quite cost competitive.
100%. There's
Like,
going to be $0
I'm sure we're going to
batteries.
see it. Whether it's just a quick little exercise to buy some market share of some of these companies, who really knows? But we're going to see it.
Zero.
I
That's your
reckon we
prediction.
will.
Zero.
We'll see it.
We're going to see free batteries.
We'll see
think
free
so.
batteries.
I reckon as well.
It's a bit scary, isn't it? That's scary for me as an inspector.
Have fun.
I know. Well, the thing is, there's a lot of installers that still don't even know how to do like the two major mandatory tests that you need to do for a battery, and we're still seeing, current coming through the earth. I don't want to talk too much about that sort of stuff, but these are two huge major tests that they need to do. The installers need to do, and a lot of them still just aren't.
I mean, how many battery accredited installers are there? How easy it is to get your accreditation? Is that going to just go through the roof?
That's the thing. Like some places you can't get it at all. Like there's all the battery courses in WA. I think they're booked out for the whole year already.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're working like. Not a little shame sort of plug, like so Energy Training Group, like an RTO we're working with, they got flexible learning now. So people can do their battery accreditation on their couch at home. in the jacuzzi in their backyard. Like, so they don't have to go to a face-to-face course. They can still do all the necessary learnings. And this is really good for guys in regional areas, guys and girls in regional areas.
Thank you.
So yeah, just making things accessible, because we need, how are we going to find all these installs? How are we going to find people to deliver 1 million batteries? Like, because we need more, we need that growth. And if the RTOs and all these other avenues are closed up for the face-to-face, like, you need access to flexible learning. So yeah, Energy Training Group doing it. Like, there is a, we're actually doing a bit of a promotion with them where there's it's a saving through as being a Solar Cutters member, a 15% sort of saving. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. But yeah, like, we have to make it accessible. Like, there's no other way. Like, otherwise, I'm not going to be able to deliver all this stuff.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. So a lot of people have spoken about shortages of whether it's going to be stock. Surely that's going to be an issue. Supply chain's going to surely there's going to be so many. Are they going to be able to manufacture batteries quick enough?
That's the thing.
I think, don't we have panel supply chain issues at the moment happening as well?
Yeah, but like, well, yes, but for the other way. But from batteries, from a retail perspective, you're not going to sit on like pallet loads and pallet loads of batteries like in your warehouse and stuff. Like, so like, you got to rely on the wholesalers, like pushing and pulling purchase orders, I guess, as you sort of need. But everyone's sort of doing the same thing. And obviously some of these like more trendier products, and like obviously where SIGs come sort of now, like being number one in Australia, like there's huge demand for this sort of product, like and how can sort of maintain it, like, so that's definitely a concern. But you'd like to think, like, I guess over the last month or so, and like even probably before that, a lot of them were gearing up for this sort of big shift. So hopefully they are ready. And look, from a Solar Cutters perspective, in my perspective, like, I'd rather a little bit of a delay if people are absorbing all the better, high quality products in the industry than using crap. But yeah, like, we're gonna see it's the reality, and just, I guess, we just got to be honest with these customers, these turnaround times, sale to install dates, and yeah, you got access to a great product, a greatly priced solar system with a battery, potentially at $0. You just got to wait in line for it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not waiting long, because I'm in a fully electric house now, all right? Fully electric house, no gas. No gas. Haven't had an electricity bill yet, but I've got no solar.
Yeah.
Bit scared to get my bill. I'm going to be loving it. Yeah, I know.
How much solar can get on the roof? Yeah.
This will be a really good comparison, though.
Should be over 17 kilowatts, I'm hoping. But yeah.
Drop it.
Yeah. So that's what we're hoping for. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the comparison is. Yeah, I got no idea how much we're spending on power at the moment. We're not spending anything on gas, which is good.
That's good.
Fully electric. Yep. Say it again. Fully electric. Yep.
Because even people
Electrify everything.
not even using gas appliances, we will spend a couple $100 a month just sitting there. Like,
just sitting there. Yeah.
Get on board.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
do you know any good retailers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Pat's already got his installer sorted.
Yeah, I do.
They're good eggs. We love them.
Yeah, they are. We love them. We absolutely love them.
Yeah.
So anyway, looking forward to getting that done. That will be a lot of fun. But yeah, I hope I'm not waiting too long, because, you know, I don't know. Even just for me, like having to wait till July to put the, to turn it on. Like, well, that's another thing. If you get something like, I mentioned the Powerwall. There's other ones like SIG, sort of the same. It's all in one unit. Who knows if you can turn it on? Anyway, details will come of that.
I'm sure the conversations are happening as well in these Facebook groups and things like that. So make sure you jump on board. Maybe someone's got some answers. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing I wanted to sort of mention is I noticed an article this morning on the ABC, which was spoken about on Cutters about virtual power plants. Did you guys see that at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Sort of pop up. Yeah. I had a chance to properly read it.
Yeah, it's a bit of rubbish again. I don't know why this crap's coming out of the ABC. It's, not exactly Murdoch media, but it seems to be the same sort of crap. Someone in Sydney has said they've had a bad experience with a VPP with AGL. They said, the first year was quite smooth, and everyone was very nice, and they didn't touch our stuff. They didn't touch our battery. They said when they were going to do things, and there was all these rules in place, and it was all good. And then the second year, he reckons battery just kept getting drained all the time. Wearing the battery out, they were just taking advantage of the wholesale price being high, and they'd drain it. It's a really bad news story from what I could see.
That's interesting, because I'm pretty sure most VPPs you can only take about, like, it's capped at about 100 kilowatts over a year or 200 kilowatts. Yeah,
I think they. Well, I'm not sure. That might be a thing, but they've certainly got rules around it. And when you sign up for it, you know what you're kind of signing up for. Yeah. So
Interesting timing.
They usually
it is interesting timing. That's another thing.
It's not good.
Yeah. So it's interesting that that's all come out. Now, you know, if you're going to jump on a VPP, you would usually know what you're going to get yourself in for. So I'm not sure if he's justified or not, this person who they've got to help out with the article. Just thought it was interesting. I already noticed a few people from a few heavy hitters of the solar industry who sort of jumped on and sort of said, yeah, well, you know.
This stuff happens a lot. These sort of news stories that pop out, like things are going well or looking more promising, like was it kick back down? But
Yeah, interesting. Anyway, we'll see what comes of that, but I expect to see a little bit more of this sort of stuff rear its head as more and more people get batteries.
Do you know what battery he had or she?
It was he. No, I don't. I have to look it up. But I know it was AGL VPP.
Yeah, so we run one with Origin, and our customers love it. It's really positive, really good feedback. So.
Interesting. That was I think the main issue they had is they would drain his battery when the wholesale price was really high, and then he'd have no battery and he'd be forced to pay that higher wholesale price. So just a bit of a
kick in the nuts.
Yeah,
little bit, yeah. Anyway, that was quite interesting.
So add AGL to the list, I guess. And
AGL?
Well,
I don't know. I'm not sure I've got AGL in the firing line now. I think I've got the ABC in the firing line for
Who's your
writing that
retailer
article.
here?
Sorry?
What retailer are you with here?
I don't know, actually.
Pat.
I don't know. Well, I've only just moved in. Yeah, I got no idea.
poor guy.
Could be AGL. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. I actually don't know.
We got a lawsuit coming.
I'm actually not sure. I don't know who
Okay, cool.
I can confirm next episode. Yeah. Anyway, it's interesting. Might have to cut that bit. I don't know. No, we'll see. No, I think it's fine. Anyway, interesting stuff. We'll see what comes of that. Another thing I've noticed, which I've sort of spoken to you during the week a little bit about, Lauren, we've had a few people sort of jumping up and down about the New South Wales rebate and about how onerous it is on installers and retailers to be able to collect their rebate and what compliance they're being asked to do. Now, this is a little bit out of our realm because we're not dealing with this directly. But I must say, I got like backstop vibes from it, sort of thing.
I'm scarred.
Like, yeah. Like it feels like they're being asked to do things that they weren't being asked to do before. There's a lot of surprises that installers are being asked to do. Maybe some things being knocked back, some claims being knocked back.
I have heard that.
You've heard a little bit of that? Yeah. So anyway.
They said like little details, like we're speaking to Form Bay about. They got some really good videos on their website, but like. You've got to screenshot the email and show the address, the bill, everything's clearly marked. And
all these rubbish things.
Yeah, it's a bit of a roundabout way to do things.
Like it's an overkill. Like, and is it trying to encourage to drive people away not to do it? Like you don't want people to take advantage of this.
I think people aren't doing it because of
That's
it.
right.
It's just too
People
hard.
aren't.
Yeah.
And then it's not things aren't
It's
getting
costing you
installed.
more than it's worth.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, this is all right. Time maybe we'll have another rant. We need to have a little ranting
Costa,
section.
come over here. You're in the firing line.
All right. So New South Wales government, they've released this. Like I might be talking slightly out of turn here because I'm not living in New South Wales yet. I do know I have dealt with them a little bit. So they've released this program, right? They've thought up what they're going to do and they've put this program out to market and they've helped consumers and, you know, it should be helping solar and battery businesses as well. What the hell have they learned from like Victoria or what have they not learned from Victoria with these sort of things? How many times do we have to say we wish that governments, state governments especially, would learn from other other states and their programs? And, you know, not just states. We're talking about DNSPs as well. We've spoken about this with Packstop. We would like them to learn things from
just talk to each other.
But do they
just
talk to each other?
No, probably
yeah,
not.
well, they say they sort of do.
I think the wrong people are talking.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The
rooms.
left hand's not talking to the right.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. So what the hell? Like we are so fragmented in Australia. We've got all these different states. We've got all these different state departments. And a lot of all these people doing all the same thing.
But there's
It's
no
just-
industry representation. This is a problem. It's always been a problem.
So hang on, let's turn around then. Is that on us as industry people for not putting our hand up and going, we need to collaborate better together? Like Kosta's obviously doing with solar cutters, right? But should we be better as an industry about putting our hand up and going, hang on a minute, we've got a stake in this?
Yeah, I feel like we do that.
I know. I feel like we do, but are we not doing that well enough? Do you think we're not doing that well enough in getting
Now we're-
representation
now
from
we're in the
government?
firing
Yeah,
line.
now you're in the firing line. Costa.
But where's that correct channel to do that? Like, do people even sort of know? Like, a lot of these are faces.
No, okay, people don't know. We need, but it's us as an industry. Is it incumbent on us to know that and to be jumping up and saying, this is going to affect us. We need to see at the table. I don't know. Is it? Do we need to look ourselves in the eye and say we need to be better at this advocacy with governments?
No way, because I feel like we're usually the last ones to know.
Mm.
It gets released and then we're like, oh shit, we've got backstop to deal with. We've got this battery rebate to deal with. Like, we are usually the last people to know.
Mm.
Yeah, they say the consultation, but also they're definitely not speaking to the right people. Like, there's manufacturers and people making decisions in the market, and I cracked it at one of them.
You're right. That's what's happening.
I said, like, well, who are you speaking to? If you ask me, I would have said it's a ridiculous, stupid idea. Like, it's not going to be great for you, for your brand. Like, and it's the same thing sort of here. Like, who are you speaking to? You speaking to the guy that's doing a job a month? Like, he's not really like a proper representation of everybody else. Like,
but you're also speaking to the OG installers as well, and everyone plays a part in.
But you got to canvas
but
all these sort of people. You can't just speak to one or two that sort of did the solar down the road that you might sort of know. Like get a really good perspective, and they should be learning from each other. Like you're saying, like I completely agree with you, but they might not be speaking the right.
It's not happening. Well, but this is the thing, right? This is not happening. Like there is not the right people are in the room to be able to work through these issues at the consultation stage. Seems like there's just some working group put together, from a few.
After the damage is done.
Well, no. Sometimes I feel like there's working group put together that are just people plucked from, the industry where whoever's heading up these working groups, they think, we'll grab someone from here, someone from here, someone from here, and you end up with this group of people that they may have a part of the industry, but they're not the main part. They're not the ones that are on the ground doing heavy lifting.
It's a similar people doing the same thing as well, like because they've got those connections with previous initiatives, things like that. So it's the same voices saying the same thing, but like you need to understand what those other perspectives are, what those other pressures and challenges are. Like, so we hope it's being done, but who's to say? Is that something you want to do with Solar Cutters, like get more into that government advocacy sort of thing, or is that something like I see what you're doing with the helping the installers, and I think that's what you're doing is such a really important part, not just installers, industry professionals. Yeah, such an important part of the industry, and you guys found a gap, and you're filling that. What about the advocacy sort of stuff for us in small scale? Do you reckon it's... Look, a lot of people are sort of reaching out to us. It's just, it's the hard sort of thing. It's like, what sort of your best value of your time and the resource you have? Like, I guess at the moment, like it's myself and it's Lauren. There's two of us. Only sort of so much we can sort of do. And when you're traveling sort of every 2 or 3 weeks, like hosting events and planning road shows, things like that, it can get sort of challenging. But like... if it's sort of possible, I guess, in the future state, like what you're sort of saying before, what's the future? Like, we'd love to sort of be involved. Like, I think we can bring together the right people. Like, a lot of them are reaching out to us a lot more, like the DNSPs, like AMO reached out to me a couple of days ago via someone else. Stop laughing when you hear DNSPs, Lauren. Like, that's the thing. Like, so people are trying to, like, initiate that conversation with us and with Solar Cutters. And, I think that's a good thing. So it seems like they're willing to learn, and we're obviously facilitating the conversation or putting them in touch with people. Yeah, like we are. Yeah, like for sure. You guys are doing a great spot with that. But I think that wasn't happening 12, 18, 24 months ago. So like I think there's been a bit of a shift. I think maybe that they have received that feedback because a lot of these things have been implemented and just people have been caught off guard. So look, we can play sort of a small part in that. But I guess, there's... other bodies can obviously sort of support with that sort of too. I feel like it's got a little bit better, like since Smart Energy Council or SAA being in control, like compared to when the CEC were looking after accreditation. Although SAA, they've sort of been pretty clear and said that we're not, an industry body that advocates for industry. They're there to do the compliance and to look after the accreditation program. Yeah. So they've made that really clear, and that's what sort of differentiates them from the CEC. But I do feel like the Smart Energy Council have sort of stepped up a bit, in that time and helped out a lot, especially with us in small scale. Yeah. More than what the CEC did, I feel like. Oh, definitely, yeah. Which I think that's a positive. So there's more conversations happening. There's these issues are getting highlighted far more prevalently, and like I guess people. Yeah, enough people can sort of hear what's going on or what's about to happen, and like you can have the right conversations, and because you have those relationships established. But I guess previously that might not have really existed.
Not happening.
Interesting. We'll get there. We'll hopefully get there. But it's all sort of leading into what's going to happen now with the battery rebates. We'll just cross our fingers and our toes and
Hope for the best.
Hopefully it's smooth sailing.
We'll get there one roadshow at a time.
So the other bit of news I just wanted to mention, not sure how much it'll affect people who would generally listen to this podcast, but CEO of the Clean Energy Council was announced, I think, a day or two ago, something like that. Kane Thornton is stepping aside after 15 years at the helm. So it's going to be big shoes to fill for...
15 years is a long time.
It's a long time, especially in that role.
Yeah.
Especially in that role.
He has seen some shit.
Oh, absolutely. He's seen a lot.
Yeah.
He's seen a lot. So it'd be interesting.
Is there a replacement yet? Or
I
any
don't.
word of it?
The only thing I've seen is the press release from the Clean Energy Council, and I think they're looking. As far as I know, they're
should put your
opening the
hand
doors.
on
Yeah. Oh, jeez, that's a good one. Oh, that's funny.
Do we know if he's going to hang around the industry or anything like that? Or
I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about that. I think last I saw he was going to take a break with his family or something like that.
Kosta.
Probably well deserved after pretty stressful role for the last sort of 15 years.
yeah, probably
or so.
copying it for a while, I guess. And copying it
Yeah.
from you when you were there? Or
Copying it from me.
Yeah, we're copping it from Pat.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he's the legacy he'll leave won't really have that much to do with the small scale side of things. I think his focus has always been on large scale, on wind, large solar farms,
getting
pumped
more
hydro.
renewable
Those,
energy out.
yeah, that's right. Like there were a few touch points every now and then when he'd sort of help out with a small scale side of stuff, but he was never really that involved in it. There was other people who were sort of looking after that, and he was overseeing the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you have a look, it really hasn't been the CEC's focus for a long time now. The only part they've got in the small scale now is the products and the net CC. So they're not doing the accreditation anymore. Not doing the.
It's probably a good thing.
Oh, there we go. Lauren's got the CC in the firing line.
Just quietly.
Yeah. Well, you want to elaborate on that, or are you going to leave that one alone?
No, just probably a good thing.
Yeah. No, fair enough too. Yep. No, I think it is too. Like if your heart's not in it.
And there's no point focusing on a million things and not doing them well.
Yeah,
Exactly. No, that's
Pick
well.
your strengths.
That's well said, Lauren. Very diplomatic of you there to say that. Yeah. No, that's good. All right. Well, it's going to be interesting to see who fills the shoes there. But again, probably won't affect too many people who would listen to this podcast.
You never know.
You never know. All right. Well, we're about to wrap it up. Lauren, you got any updates on backstop? It's all sort of. It seems like it's getting better.
It's actually getting
better.
really better. I'm really impressed with how everything's going. AusNet are starting to be really responsive. I seriously encourage everyone out there who has previously not engaged with Backstop to just jump online, run a couple tests, see if your systems are online, have a crack. The feeling, this sounds so nerdy, but the feeling I get when I've got commissioning successful is insane. I'm so happy about it.
Yep.
So I'd really encourage you to jump online, see if you can engage. If you have any issues, any questions, any curly ones, please send them my way. More than happy to help. United and PowerCore are just top tier. They just no issues there at all. AusNet getting better. Had a few random comms go out the other week, but that's all been resolved. So.
You heard anything about Gemini? Like, do you?
Nope.
No, they're by.
Nah,
What are they doing?
just chilling.
Just chilling.
by.
Yeah,
In the jacuzzi.
it's probably a
Just
good thing,
chilling.
isn't it? It's
the
probably
Gemini
Yeah.
jacuzzi. Get them to
In saying
sponsor
that,
it.
though,
That'll save you some
actually,
cash.
No, in saying that, I did do my first Gemini one the other day,
Yeah.
and I got comms back straight away to say that something was wrong with it. And then we went out to site and sorted it out. It was just the Wi-Fi just genuinely kept dropping out. It'd go online on the app, offline, online, and it was all sorted. Yeah, but you don't really hear much come out of them, which is a good thing. It means there's no problems.
That's good.
Yeah,
No news
it
is
a
good news
thing.
sometimes.
Exactly right.
I'm sure you've used this analogy in the podcast before. You want to be like the umpire of a footy game. You don't want anyone to notice you, and you've done a good job.
Yes, that's exactly right.
As
Yeah.
opposed to my brother, who's never going to listen to this, but so he learns the names of the football umpires. So when he's abusing them,
So he can mouth off at them.
He mouths off on them. Doesn't say like number
Personally
16,
know
number
you.
20. He'll say their name. He'll say their first name, like he's on a
my
first name
gosh.
basis with them, and everyone in the crowd's looking at him like,
Do you know this guy?
Yeah. Oh, the amount of time my brother's nearly been kicked out of a footy stadium. He's quite passionate.
Who did he go for? Who did
I'm Essendon as well.
Yeah.
So Well, that's right. Well, we've had some success like in the past, but like we need to build some new success. You feel bad for all the kids sort of growing up.
My kids, I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, it's been hard.
Even my son, who's 22 now, he's still never seen. He's seen Essendon. He never actually watched Essendon win a final. Yeah, like he was like 1 or something.
That's the thing. I was 15. Like we were at that game and stuff. It was fantastic. Like coming off great success. Like for the previous sort of decade before that and. Cricket since then, but that's great swings and roundabouts. Look at your football club. Like it took them a while to do anything relevant, and suddenly but before you were born,
that was struggle.
They were horrible first decades. Team.
It was the laughing stock that always finished 9th.
I actually have a confession as well. I used to go for Geelong.
So
I know. I've seen a fair few successes with Geelong.
So when do you make the switch?
When Gary Ablett left, and
which Gary Ablett Jr. left.
Sorry,
yes, I'm not that old, Pat. You can't. Are you fucking serious? When he left,
but when he came back though, you didn't jump back on board.
Well, I was too.
Back from the Gold Coast.
Yeah, I was. I guess old enough, believe it or not, to realise what was going on, and you can't do that anymore. So I think I've seen 3 with Geelong, 3 with Richmond. But when I changed over to Richmond, we were shit, and I would cry. I'd get so upset. My parents just said, "Well, you're not going to go for Gold Coast. We're not going to take you to a game up there." So I went to Richmond. My 10-year-old brain thought cat, tiger, same thing, what's similar. I didn't want to go to Collingwood either. So
fair enough. No, I wouldn't want to go for Collingwood either. All right, cool. All right, well, I think we're coming sort of towards the end. Just also, Lauren and I sort of spoke about maybe doing an episode on the New South Wales battery rebate. I feel like we've been able to make a fair difference with helping a lot of installers understand backstop and also bringing DNSPs into the fold with installers and admin people and other solar retailers. I feel like we've been able to really, been a conduit for that. So if there's appetite out there and there's been installers and retailers who've been speaking or who've been struggling with the New South Wales battery rebate, we'd be happy to do an episode on it. We could get you on remotely, or if you're in Melbourne, you could go into the studio. That'd be fine too.
We can travel. We've got the EV.
Yeah.
We can meet halfway somewhere.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, that's a good idea. Well, we could do that, or and I'd be interested in getting some answers from the New South Wales government. Like this is that'd be fun. We can get them in the firing line and look them in the eye and have a bit of a crack.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we'll just get some answers. We really want to help the industry.
Door stop them.
Stop them. Yeah, with our roving mic. Door stop them. Yeah.
Test finger.
Start chanting in the streets
Yeah. Anyway, so if there are people in the industry who are struggling with it and want to reach out to us, jump on the socials to myself or to Lauren, and we'd be more than happy to at least have a conversation with you. And if there's a few of you who are on and there's a bit of an appetite for this, we'd be more than happy to sort of facilitate an episode to help where we can.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Keen for that.
Yep. Good stuff. All right. Well, that's the first episode done and dusted in the new place. So.
That was fun.
To set things up a little bit better. It's not too bad, but a few technical difficulties. It ended up going okay. Pretty happy with the way it went.
Can you just make sure my car's still there?
Hope someone's broken in.
Not in Frankston yet. Sorry, come on.
All right. It's a lovely part of the world.
Far out.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Franger, mate.
Yeah, Franger's all right. Don't listen to what everyone says about it. It's not too bad. All right. Well, Kosta, thanks a lot for coming on. Appreciate you making the journey out here.
Lauren, thanks, Pat. It's been good fun, and I look forward to christening the jacuzzi for the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to do a podcast from the spa. That'd be fun. The spa that doesn't exist. Big dirt patch at the moment. Anyway, that's all good. Lauren, great to see you again.
Pleasure as always.
Really missed you over the last few weeks.
I know.
It was
and so much has happened. It's been a busy couple of weeks.
It absolutely has. We'll be doing it again soon.
Yes,
and,
I think our next episode I'll have some exciting news as well, which is pretty cool.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right, everyone. Thanks very much for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Catch you
later.
next time.
Bye.